in Newport, Tennessee, where we can't be bombed, and we can't be notified. Nobody can get us here in this bunker of incredible tiny homes. How are you all on this Tuesday night? I know I sound like a frog's in my throat, or maybe a catfish, or maybe a brontosaurus. That's probably more like a brontosaurus voice, isn't it, Amanda?
Probably.
Brontosaurus.
Very deep.
Yes. Bronta.
I'm curious about with your voice like that. Can you sing with your voice like that?
Let's see.
With congestion?
I can't yell because my throat's a little sore. Let's see, what can I sing? I'll sing my favorite song.
See if you can sing a tune there.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Let's see, how can I sing? Lean on me. Nope, can't do it. Nope, there's no voice coming out of this throat.
No voice.
I can just talk low.
Oh, everybody said they missed us last night. Maybe you want to explain what happened last night.
Yeah, well, I kind of let myself get a little run down. I felt it coming on a couple days ago, but I just kept pushing, which is, it was worth it. I mean, I had to get a lot of stuff done, but kind of come back and bit me a little bit. I felt tired coming on, but I had to keep going, and so I needed to. It got over me, come over me yesterday. I had to just take a break and completely lay down, and it was good. I rested, and I rested probably most of the day today. About a half a day I was out here running around, but I'm good. Just got a sore throat and just feeling tired, really, but doing good. I thought we'd come on tonight and let everybody know, because there was a gentleman that come by here today from South Florida, and a lot of people. God, I think I toured 3 or 4 people by lunch today.
Tom?
Yeah, and but they were, bragging about our show and how informative it is and how they really like seeing it. And so we got a responsibility to come on here, so I won't be on for a real long tonight because of my voice, and I don't want to really kill it, so I can, be back to killing it, the rest of the week. But I want to give you guys an update, kind of what's going on, and to thank everybody for, hanging in there with us while we've been gone today. And sometimes you think if you don't come on, you're going to lose everybody in a day,
Yeah.
But because this is almost like a Truman Show here. We just constantly show our life and what we're doing and how we're doing. Yesterday, there was no way. I wasn't wiggling. I wasn't coming out of the bed for nothing. So just wanted to tell you today that we're back here. The office is all cleaned up and nice in here, and Tom swept it up this morning. Amanda's been disinfecting and doing everything in here. But I wanted to inform everybody about the 21st Mortgage, what's going on with that, what Amanda's had to be doing. It's some more paperwork that had to be filed. It is a fiasco. We've had customers that are just, at their limit about all the paperwork and information that they're needing. 21st Mortgage is really, even though they say they've been dealing with tiny homes for a while, we're in complete virgin ground with them. They have no idea how to go about doing all these tiny home loans and how to process them and the paperwork all involved in that. So it's Amanda teaching them and then getting them questions that they had no idea for answers, and she had to get answers, and then they had to go back and forth. So it's almost like they didn't know what they needed, and we would have to go gather it and then check with them, and then they would say, oh no, that's not what we needed, and we needed something else, because they didn't know really what to tell us. So I think hopefully, Amanda, we're pretty close to getting down what we need all the time.
Alyssa and I, we're probably closer today than anything. There was another form that they just told us about this morning.
Mm-hmm.
They thought the estimate sheet that we do, they thought that would suffice, or the bill of sale, one of those would suffice, but it wouldn't for the state of Tennessee, what they have to turn in.
Yeah.
But they sent us the form. I got all of them filled out. And one of the things I just don't want anybody to worry about is getting their loan expiring. It's more lenient than what it says.
Is it really?
Yes. It says you only have so many days.
Right.
We're getting all the paperwork turned in. As long as we're working on it and the house has been ordered, then they will add on the extension. So they're working with us on that. But I am surprised at the amount of paperwork that the customers have to do, that we have to do, and that, and I'm not saying it's not worth going through them, but I just know that it's a lot of work, more than what we had anticipated. But we're getting a system down. We're
Good.
getting a system down. So after we get these first, literally 20 some, I've got loans up to the end of January. So when we get all those done, it's going to be smooth sailing.
Good.
Yeah. So it's just anything new.
Yeah.
It's just hard to do. So Alyssa and I have learned a lot. Alyssa, I drug her in on it with me, so she's teamed up with me, and we've both been doing it together. And just so she knows, it's always good in the office for two people to know something.
Sure.
So she knows what I'm doing and everything. So, and David is actually asking, do we need to get anything on our end for the extension? No. You really don't request an extension. They know that you're about to expire, and so they reach out to us and say, you know, we're still waiting on this. They make sure that we're getting it, so everybody's in the loop. It's not, at first it had us all like, oh my God, we've got to meet that day.
Yeah.
It's really just a suggested day and a working on it day. So
Awesome.
Anyway, so it's more hopeful than what it seemed like last week.
How about the Hearth?
Hearth, we have not had anyone say anything to us yet. We have seen through the email that there are people who have been approved, and there's been people that's been denied, but we've not had anybody do a contract or pay us yet through Hearth yet.
Okay.
But we're still looking. It still pops up. So we've probably had half of them. I would probably say 3 have been approved and probably 3 or 4 denied.
Now, Hearth also is not a heavy hit on your credit. So
Yes.
if they check it in Hearth, it's you're not going to feel it on your score. So if that's something you guys want to try, you know,
Right.
I encourage you to do that too.
And Patrick's on here too. And Patrick, you're on my list as well. So I have you on the list. So I've got everybody on the list. Another thing I wanted to say is one of the customers told me that 21st Mortgage, and I experienced this too this year, but not with 21st Mortgage, but their credit score dropped 34 points with applying with them. Well, my credit score dropped, it was either 34 or 38 points when I bought a car. I bought a car just a couple of months ago, and my credit was great. Everything was great, and it dropped almost 40 points.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow.
What do you build it up after your payments and all that stuff? Well,
I suppose.
you went in debt, so it's a hit on you.
TBA. It was so weird. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry, LCU Credit Union.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. So anyway,
So
it happens.
we got 2 ways you can, finance homes through Hearth, and it's both on our website and in 21st Mortgage. 21st Mortgage is more of an extended time period to pay your house back.
Right.
And then Hearth is, I think the extended is 12 years. Mm-hmm. But Hearth puts your credit out there for 13 different nationwide financing companies, mostly banks and lending institutions that actually give you quotes that you can choose from. So if you apply on Hearth, you may get 11, 12, 13 different offers. So the better credit score you have, the more likelihood you're going to get more offers of different interest rates, more amortization years to amortize your loans and all that stuff. So
And Katie on here just asked that, how do I find Hearth? Well, Sam, we sent it to Sam, and Sam has created a I don't know if it's a finance tab or what we have on the financing on our website, but it has Hearth.
Yeah.
The link to there,
Yep.
HEARTH, and then we also have 21st Mortgage on there too.
Now listen, Hearth is what's new for us, but the way we were tutored and taught on their software for us, that it is simple. I'm talking quick and over with.
Yeah.
There is no finance charges, there's no closings, there's no paperwork, there's no proof of anything, zero. I mean, you need a driver's license, maybe social security number. Other than that, I'm not even sure if they want 3 years tax returns and
if
financials.
anybody, we had a lady on here, and I can't remember who it was, said that she did her company or something.
Yeah,
or
worked with them for about 5 or 6
worked
years,
with
didn't
them,
she?
and she said they were,
Yeah.
a good deal. So
Yep.
let us know if you do work with either one of them. We're getting feedback from 21st. I know
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah. But hey, the reason I called the show tonight Shark Tank, okay, versus what, Amanda?
oh my God, I didn't forget. Oh, American Grit.
American Grit.
Yeah.
All right, is because of this. Back before there was a Shark Tank, and before there was things that could get them, you know, the American business, small businessman going, right? To me, was the only thing is that what we have here, and I never thought about it until today, but it is just a grit. It's just American grit where there are no investors, there are no Shark Tank to give you 40 million bucks. There are no, you know, walking in there and letting them chew you out and make you look like a fool, and then try to buy half your business and then go to venture capitalists and all this stuff, right? Not saying anything that's wrong, but at the same time, I don't know. I was thinking about it today because it was a great guy that come by today, made me think about it. And we were talking about a company that was on Shark Tank, and now they've got a big rental company of tiny homes going on, and and they went and seen one of the homes that were rented out, and they were telling me what it looked like, and they were, you know, for their opinion, it was disappointed in the structure and what it looked like and stuff. And so it made me think about what we're doing here and where we've come from and who we are as people and where we're going. And, you know, it's always a fight. This business is a fight. Don't ever think that we've arrived, everybody. Don't ever think that we are some big corporation that's flying high and we've got millions of dollars behind us and we're just cranking. This is a daily grind. It is a 100% chasing the dollar. We don't make a lot of money off our homes, as you know. We have a plan that will work, but it's going to take a few more years to get this thing grooving really well. So we work hard. Everybody works hard. There's a lot of stress here, and a lot of people take it home with them. But it's our life. It's who we are. We are the American grit. And the reason I can profoundly say that with pride and knowledge is because I've compared it to everybody that's walked through that door and come through that gate. In the many years that I've been in business, I think I've got enough time and track record now to give myself and this company and the people who work here an identity of who we really are. And that's what we are. I mean, we are the true American grit that makes something happen here. And the men and women that work here are outstanding. The guys that I got work here are from the salt of the earth. They are come from here. They've been through terrible things in their life. They've had ups and downs. They've lost everything. They come back. They've had substance abuse. They've had divorce. They've had people die. Children's die in their lives. They've had the worst of everything. They come at them and they get up here every morning and they go to work and they fight. You know what they do? And we've been able to create an environment that people can feel at home here. They feel like they are at a place of refuge. These men don't have to come here and have to fight peer pressure. They don't have to fight somebody making fun of them. They don't have to fight somebody breathing down their neck. There's nobody micromanaging them. It's taught, it's expected, and what I do is I expect certain things from guys and I don't have to tell them. They just know what we want, and it happens without having to put a finger in their face. Like the old song is, take this job and shove it. Well, I was raised on that, and you know what? That doesn't happen here. You know, we don't have guys with that mentality here because that's not what we're trying to create. So with our partnerships, it creates independence, it creates pride, creates incentives, and it creates a better quality home. So when I thought about the company that went Shark Tank, and I was told of this today, and I thought he might be watching today, and I thank you for the story. And he's an investor and looking here, and all those big numbers and all those things happen, and that's the way the American way is now, is, you know, all these investors and venture capitalists and all this stuff that I don't even know the meanings of, really. And I just hope that we can have the fortitude and the knowledge and the wisdom to be able to fight through all those steps, because as we grow, we're gonna see more and more competition. We're gonna be jumping in the cooking pot with a lot of big boys, because once this becomes more and more attractive to the mainstream, that's when you're going to get some big heavy hitters in here that's going to try to pound us and probably, try to take away, and that's competition. Well, that's another layer, higher competition of just then building homes against all these other tiny homes guys in the country. Now you're building tiny homes against conglomerate people that have got billions of dollars behind them. Not saying that, that we can't win, but I'm setting up camp so we can at least compete. And that's where I stand. So that's why I don't raise my prices. That's why I'm always trying to keep what we're doing. So I'm always trying to keep together our quality and our customer service and everything. And we do make mistakes, and I will continue to show you our mistakes and where we fall and where we're growing and where we're trying to do better, right? I'll always show you that because I didn't bring the book to me, but somebody sent me a book today. Today or yesterday, they sent me a book of a North Korean girl in the regime of North Korea and how she escaped it and her family escaped. And it was talking a little bit about North Korea and how they're only told one thing, and they learned it. North Korea learned how to control people's minds through the Russian Empire. When Russia was such a strong force, and they kept information from coming into their country, and so they didn't share anything else but positive stuff about this one person, and of course their God. You guys know all that story about how you're hidden from the truth. Well, I think that's the problem with our news now that we have. Any news that you watch, nobody shares the good, bad, and ugly, do they? And I think I want to share the good, bad, and ugly. I want to share you how we made mistakes. I want to share you how we're trying to make those mistakes better, and maybe why we made those mistakes and how we're correcting them. Then I want to show you how we succeed. And then how do we get from point A to point B? And sure, I'm going to get at criticism, and I'm going to get people share their advice. But it's like, put your big pants on, put your boots on, and that's for me. And to take everything with a grain of salt and man up and just say, hey, this is where I'm good, and this is where I'm bad, and this is where I need advice, and thank you, no thank you, right? And so I just wanted to share that with you, is that most companies won't share a lot of intricate things about their company, and we try to do that. Just like Amanda telling you about these loans and how it's been a pain in the derriere, But get this, she's put her head on this thing full steam, and you're getting taken care of, just like anything else. Just like our foam panel homes. We're on our third one now. That's 2 in a week, and I've been promising you guys we'll get this, and we want to bang these things out by the end of the year. I'm hoping we do 4 or 5 more before the end of the year. It was just like our parks, our forest here. It took, 19, 20 months to get it done. I thought it'd get done in 6. You've seen the whole thing in the progress of how we did it. The beach and the prairie, everything's bought and paid for except for the electrical out in the prairie. But all the sewer and everything, we're ready to go. So, I did everything but show you the receipts that's paid for. But we've been able to be honest with you and share with you who we are and what we're doing. If you watched where we started in Amanda's backyard with used materials. Here we are 5 years later, still fighting, still working just as hard, if not harder, but growing, and that's a part of it. You don't get, a lot of people get self-employed because they think they want to make a lot of money. I'm self-employed because I like the freedom of doing what I like doing, and I can create this portrait that I like painting. It's the carrot is not the finances. The carrot, the finances is just a scorecard. The premise of being self-employed is having freedom, right? And freedom to me is happiness, and freedom is just experiencing all that life can offer you. So when it's just like in anything you do, if you offer freedom to someone or something inside your life, you're offering them probably the precious gift you could ever give them, is the freedom to be who they are and who they want to be, or a company for me to be who I want to be, or your company to sell cookies or whatever it is. You can make them and bake them any way you'd like, So that's the reason I'm in this, and it's just awesome to paint this picture. Like nobody else would paint it like I'm painting it, or like you would paint it. So I'm just fortunate enough that we got several thousand people that subscribe to our channel, like to watch what we're doing, and build this company from the ground up. You could go back from the very beginning at Facebook to now. There was a couple here today that bought a house, and they said they've been watching this almost since the backyard. And I thought, wow, what a perspective you got, because I don't remember those things. I'd have to go back and kind of briefly look at them. Yeah, and for them to have a perspective of seeing from us beginning to now, and I think it's kind of a neat thing. They're from Arizona. They came here. They're going to live here. They're going to be here. They got it all going on, you know. And it's just such a compliment to think that they enjoy the portrait that we're painting. They can see the vision and they want to be a part of it. That's just probably the best compliment that a company owner could ever get. You know, somebody that wants in on your portrait, you know, your canvas, if you will. And speaking of them, she told me today, she said, you know, she goes, we're telling everybody about Incredible Tiny Homes is because they bought an $80,000 RV with a slide out that doesn't work and it leaks and it's breakdown. They've had it back to the factory 3 times with appliances not working, refrigerators and all this stuff. And they're still paying on it. And it's just a disappointment. And then she said they've got a friend who bought one that was over $100,000 and they got 5 slide outs and they're all leaking and it doesn't work and things going on and it's constantly a problem. You know, and we do have problems with our homes and we try to stand behind what we do, but they're normally not that major problems. They're more smaller, minor problems that we have, and we're constantly tweaking those over and over and over. And so I felt good about, you know, comparing problems for problems. You know, ours are really minor compared to the ones she was sharing with me, you know. So us being such a small, young company, you know, we're only in this 5 years. And if you really think about it, just the last 3 is when we really started cooking, you know. And the last 2 is really started pouring it on. Just a year ago, we got out of the RJOs. You know, we just started fulfilling them. So if you really think about it, the hammer down started about 2 years ago.
Right.
So we're still just a young infancy stage. RVs have been for 80, 90 years, you know. So with all that said, with the amount of people that we have here, the inexperienced people that we have here, because this is a new industry. And, you know, I think that we're doing quite well. And that's why I said at the beginning of the show, I can see grit and I know it when I see it, because I think I've been in this thing long enough. Not this thing of tiny homes, but in this thing of life and this thing about who we are as people. You know, you finally get to an age where you think you can see things right across the parking lot when they get out of their car. And you can see people and read people, you know. And it feels good to have that knowledge and that wisdom. Is it perfect? Nope. And you'll always make mistakes. But boy, you can tell when you tell, you know, you get that gut feeling. And so I'm real proud of who we are and what we're doing. Is it perfect? No, it's not. Is there everybody in here participating 100%? No, there's not. But boy, when you hit about 85%, I think you're a win-win all the way around, you know. So that's why I wanted to call it Shark Tank versus American Grit. And if you're interested in buying a home from us, I always say do your research, come and visit us, walk through these homes, see what you think, compare, go look, and I think you'll be back to buy one from us.
Right. And Trent, you know, he said something, we're actually building him a home. And he said that he lived in a RV, and he said being in a tiny house is completely different.
Yeah.
Completely different. Also, I'd like to say hi to V. V is from Canada, and I remember her from the second jam. Up there. Yeah, I remember her. So I want to say hi to her. And everybody's on here. There's Janet right there. There's Travis. There's Maria. There's just so many. Everybody on here. There's Donna and Lee, and it's just so nice to see everybody. They're giving suggestions for you for your throat and what to take and everything. Aww. And they're glad we're back, and they're just so supportive. And
well, we felt like we needed to come on tonight for everybody. You know, we have a responsibility. Well, you said last night, Amanda, you said, hey, the community's helping me with my mom.
Right.
They're all going over there tomorrow for her birthday, and they're going to help her out and all that stuff. And Amanda said that's what a community's about, you know.
Exactly.
Yep. And you coming on tonight, and Amanda wanted to come on tonight, and we both just feel like, yeah, it's awesome, man.
Yeah. And then, you know, and two, I get to see everybody's names too in financing, in the contracts, in everything that's in the office. So I see you guys whenever you're on YouTube, I see you on Facebook, and I see you in here. So I really do feel like I know you, just like they feel like they know us. So it's nice that we share everything the way we do, because we see both sides of all of us. Yep. So that makes it a strong family.
Hey, the only other side they don't see, they don't need to see.
Exactly.
Okay?
And vice versa on them. We don't need to see their side, that side. So, yeah.
Yeah, that would be bad. No.
And one thing, and two, and I know Michelle just said, you need to call me. And I said, I do. I've got that note. Scott gave me that note yesterday. And it's just been these, you have to put things in priority. I'm not saying that's not a priority, but these loans have been so serious. It's a big deal for everybody. So it's one of the things I've just shut everything else down and just focused on the loans to make sure they get done right, and that they're everything that you guys need from us as a company to make sure, because it's a new venture for a lot of people. It's sometimes the first time that somebody's even gotten a loan, so it's a big deal, So we've been working on that, and then with you being sick and everything like that, so everybody understands. Everybody's just great.
Yeah.
Amber's at home. I told Amber yesterday she was halfway here. I said, do not come to the office just to be safe. Everybody knows she's about to have the baby. Kelly had hers last week, so Amber's about to have hers. And I said, just stay home, just to be safe. And we all just got to look out for each other. Tom, come in here. Look at this office. He swept it up, cleaned it up and stuff. Alyssa was disinfecting everything. She was spraying every chair. Randy would make one move, she'd spray where he was at. So there was just everything everywhere.
I'm going to give you the mic.
No, I'm good. That's all I was going to say.
Well, that's good. No, I'm fine.
I'd say your throat's getting a little.
Yeah, it's a little scratchy. Yeah, this morning I felt a little better, so I woke up about 8:30 or 9, and when I walked out of my shed thing, I walked across, and 3 steps, boom, there's
a person.
There's somebody there, and I don't mind at all, but man, I hadn't had a shower, I had nothing, and it was on, so I went and got a shower, I talked to those folks, and then another folks came in, and then another one came in, and then the fourth one came in. Man, by 12:30, I said, I've got to go down, man.
Oh, no. Exactly.
And then my foam panel guys. So I wanted to tell everybody about our foam panel homes, is that I've now, I think I've legitimately put together two teams of guys. There's a little bit more training. The whole 10 homes is training, okay? So by the time we get to 10, I know people are excited and want to know more about pricing. My brother texts me, wanting to know how much they're going to cost, what the different features are, what are we going to do this year. And I haven't been able to put it all together because I have to build these 10 homes.
And we still have a couple of slots left, right, for the foam home?
Yep. We had 4, we only got 2, so we got 2 more. If you guys are interested in the foam panel home, I still got a couple more slots. So just give me a call, give us an email, and we'll set you up. It's a 24-foot freedom style home for $25,000, and if you want it finished on the inside and out with stucco, it's $27,500.
Now, touch on the stucco. Now, what are you planning on doing the stucco? I know you've kind of waited to do it because you're building the houses first, kind of doing it a little different.
Well, and I got to talk to a gentleman who called me, and he said he would like to do, he thinks he would like to look into doing the stucco for us.
That's interesting.
I'd like to have a stucco team, because there's a lot of stucco, and there's good money in it. But it's somewhat of a skilled trade. So once you get into doing it, it's kind of a thing where I'd like to have just a team that stuccos.
Yeah.
So I'm looking into that team. I can stucco, but I can't physically do them also. Right. And I know Scott can stucco that's here. He's a new guy that we got coming on. And you guys, I'm going to feature Scott here in the next week because he'll be starting a big 40-foot container for us.
Okay.
And he gets done with MJ's.
Okay.
So him and I would like to teach a stucco team if one doesn't know what to do so far. But there's good money in the stucco. But we will have, I wished I did one today because somebody said, hey, I'd love to see what it looks like stuccoed. I think people have a stigma about stucco that it's not cute, it's not pretty, it's not warm, that it's not, woody, like got wood on the inside and all that. Wood can be enhanced. You can trim wood. You can put wainscoting on it. You can put a little bit in the gables. You can put a wood ceiling in these things and stucco down. There's a lot you can do. So it's really up to you. My whole thing about the stucco is we can add wood anywhere. We're trying to keep the cost down.
Right.
And that's the whole thing about stucco is keeping the cost down. Okay? So, You know, I could, and the weight, the weight thing. But I could actually, as I'm sitting here thinking, you know, the stucco is a $2,500 deal, and it's inside and outside.
Right.
And I just thought of this, and I probably shouldn't even say anything because my brain works like this, is that, you probably could trade maybe a wood finish for an interior or an exterior for the 2,500, and then one side be not finished at all, and you finish it yourself. Those are the things that I want to study on these next 8 or 10 homes that we're building.
Right.
So when we offer something in 2021, I got a plan. We have to do the foam homes in a way that they're not so customized.
Right.
They're a production home because they're built fast and efficient and done. These men that'll be doing this, they're in it for production. They're not into it for craftsmen. Now they're carpenters. The one guy on the team is a carpenter, but they're trained in the foam. They're trained. They're hired guns to build foam homes. So that's where they're at. They love what they do. They're good at these foam. Actually, it's a talent to work with these foam panels. There's a whole niche about it, and it's not for everybody. It's hard to cut through the steel. It's dangerous because you got to have massive eye protection. You got to have ear protection all the time. You got to have gloves. There's certain things about it.
What about beadboard on the inside and outside? So I guess it's an issue of trimming. And I think it seems like it's Ruben. Ruben, are you the one that about a partnership as well? Maybe it's the wrong person.
What, Ruben?
It may be.
Ruben
okay.
on here.
Yeah.
There's, not to get technical, but there's things about it. You can trim your windows out. It's just distances and how things work, the windows and all that stuff.
So in time-wise, what does the house have to, well, you're trying to figure that out. How many days you have to, so you can see if you make any money on it. If we're losing money, making money.
Right. A 24-foot tiny home, regular, would take about almost a month to build, 3 to 4 weeks to build.
Yeah.
We're trying to get this 24-foot home down in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
10 working days.
Right.
So if we do that, that saves on labor costs, right? We think we're down on material costs. The foam panels cost money.
Right.
But we still have to put the same kitchen, same bathroom, the same flooring. So really where the money cost savings is the speed and the design factor. I'm not paying a designer. When you guys buy a home from us, we spend $500 to $1,000 just in design on every house. That's a lot of money. If we sell 200, that's $200,000 a year just in design.
And that's not factored into the house.
Right.
It's not
exactly.
cost.
So I came up with this foam thinking that maybe we could make a little bit more money and sell them at a better price and sell a bigger home. So you win, we win, and everybody wins.
Right.
And so it's a different concept. It is not the identity of this company. It's just a different feature. Do
you still, let's see, LJB, do you have to still spray the floor?
Yes, we do right now. Yeah.
Do you spray the floor? Okay.
Yeah, we still spray the floor. I'm actually thinking about, because the couple that were from Arizona, I told them today, and I thought about putting, just for the heck of it, putting metal floor joists. So there's no wood at all in the whole house.
Right.
So, there's not really a point to it.
Is that
but
more expensive?
It probably wouldn't cost that much more.
Okay.
I just don't do it because wood is so much easier to work with and pliable, and you cut it and move it and all that stuff.
And the guys are already used to the wood too.
So but it's the only thing in the house is the actually floor joists. Now we put a particle board, a 3/4 inch Advantech particle board, and then we put a vinyl floor on top of that. So.
Real quick, I didn't know. I actually didn't drive down there, but I heard about what was going on at the resort. Do you want to update them on that?
I haven't even been down there.
I know, but I heard that it happened.
I heard we tore down the house. Yep. So the big farmhouse is
at the resort.
Yep, at the resort is gone. I told Yump, I think it rained here yesterday. Yeah. So and during the rain, I think it was a great time for him to tear down the house. So the old farmhouse is gone. And I told him to tear down the garage too. It's just way too much. I mean, it had nostalgia purposes and stuff, but
it is so jumped up.
I could redo it exactly the way it was for a fraction of what it would cost to redo it. You know,
all needs to go.
So it's like when you first start out in anything. A lot of times you got more time than you do money, and that's a project. You got more time and do money. That's what you get. But when you got less time, you know, you can't fool with stuff like that. You know.
And then your voice is probably getting.
Is going down.
Yeah, exactly. Before we go, if you would do one little thing, I don't know if you could do just a little singing with it, maybe just a little happy birthday to Velma, Vilma. She watches us all the time, and it's her birthday today.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Well,
Was it somebody else's birthday today too? Seems like there was 2 people that it was their birthday.
You're gonna have to help me, Amanda.
I know it was Velma. I think you could do just a little line, and to do it sick, that's pretty special.
Well, my mom's birthday is tomorrow too.
They ask about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mom will be 95 tomorrow.
They ask that. Yeah.
So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Velma.
Aw.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, that was very nice.
And my mom.
No, you have to do that tomorrow.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, jeez. And you have to do it probably in person. Ish. You have to be away from her. So.
I've been trying to stay away from Mom, and everybody's been helping out. Kimberly over here has been with Mom and Kathleen and Mary Ann, and so it's been. I haven't been over there, so it's been neat to be able to.
Well, you don't need to be over there sick, so.
Yeah.
Oh.
If everybody would, we're still doing our countdown. Would you mind pressing your like buttons there for us, if you would? It's really been helping our videos.
Yeah.
We had a guy today, he said, man, he goes, you're climbing up in your subscriptions. I said, I don't know. I said, man, I've been trying to get 100,000 for 5 years. So.
Can I say that Travis said to hit your like bucket before Randy kicks the bucket?
Yes. Hit your like bucket if you would. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if you would, press that for us.
And do it because Randy's sick. Do
it because I'm sick. Feel sorry for me.
Feel sorry for us.
Feel sorry for me, man. I'm just a tiny home guy trying to make a living.
What was it you said earlier, Travis? He said, get better, little fella.
Little fella. He's just a little fella.
Or little thing.
Like a little chump.
Oh,
yeah, so thanks for doing that for me, everybody.
That's awesome. Yeah, we got 278 on here and 186 has hit the like button. 992.
Woo.
That's awesome.
Gosh.
That is, everybody does so great.
We're just trying to, all it is hit the button. That's all you have to do for us. And it means the world because it shows YouTube that you guys are interacting with us. Mm-hmm. And anything, we're about organic.
Yeah.
We eat organic, we live organic, we build organic. This is who we are. There is no gizmos, anything trying to get ahead of nothing. All I know to do is press that phone, turn it on, talk, show you who we are.
It is what it is.
And that's all we are right there.
Listen, there's 281 people on here. 214 have hit the like button so far.
God, thank you, everybody.
Mayor said we have 65,000 subscribers. Do we?
I don't know.
We ain't even looked.
Yeah, I don't know.
We got 216.
We got 35,000 more to go.
Yeah.
And I'm going to build a home and give it away to somebody who's a subscriber.
Yeah.
Yep. If I get 100,000, I'd love to do it.
Yeah, Travis said 65,000 is what we have.
And
That's amazing.
And to have, I always kind of get, I'm never satisfied. I always want more, everything to be better. But, we're not a beauty contest. We're not a makeup YouTube. We're not anything popular, right? And tiny homes are not mainstream.
And it's a niche.
Yeah. So to have 65,000 is probably a good number, because I look at these kids and they got 3 and 4 and 5, 15 million.
Yeah.
And all they talk about is putting makeup on and popping balloons with their eyelashes, So it's like, yeah, but I think these 65,000 subscribers are substantial people that are actually really watching and interacting. And that's why I think that our like buckets that you guys are pushing for us really means more than just watching a video and laughing and going on to the next one.
Everybody interacts on here. It's so every time somebody comes, they're like, well, I never say anything. It's like, you know what? Put a comment. Say something. Meet some people on here. They are. Who said that? Ruth? Ruth said, we are loyal, and they are loyal.
Yeah, and
they ain't playing.
That's why I'm on here being sick. Is because I know that you guys are there and we're in this together. And it's just life. This is just what it is. This is what we've done. Yeah. We've done this. So this is it. This is a real deal, everybody. This is no games. There's no smoke and mirrors. No. There's no big conglomerate behind us. There's no investors. There's nobody. No. She's holding the phone and I'm talking.
Exactly.
That's it. We got Ace sleeping.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Look at him.
Ace sleeping.
He's had a rough day.
He has ran around all day. Okay.
All right, everybody, I'm going to go rest my throat, hit the bed. Hopefully I'll feel better tomorrow and the next day. It'll take me a couple days to get back into it. But thanks for everything. Thanks for watching. And we'll show you some tiny homes and our foam houses. We got a lot going on, and it's hard for me to lay down there, but knowing all that's going on. But I know it's the best for the longevity of the company and everybody. So if you're texting me about your home or anything, I just say really go to your emails and talk. I know there's a few people that had concerns about their homes. Call Tom. He'll get with you tomorrow on anything. But everything's still full board. Tom is, as you guys know, I can be gone and he can run things.
Exactly. And two, I want to mention too that, the emails, Amber goes through the emails, and any kind of maintenance or any kind of work orders or anything, she gets that to Tom and Will. And Tom and Will, they organize that to get a plan and get everything scheduled. Yeah. So just email us. That is the easiest, and the quickest response will be email.
Yep.
To the info.
Exactly.
Email. Yeah. Okay.
All right, everybody. Have a great night. I'm Randy Jones with Incredible Tiny Homes. How many like buttons we got, man?
We got 280 people and 238 likes.
Wow.
That's awesome. That's almost everybody.
You guys are
241. Awesome. That's amazing.
Thank you for participating in this video. Yeah. It's just the way social media works. These are the rules.
It's the way it is now.
We're not kind of like rural people.
No.
But I don't think Americans are really rural people, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes we have to do it just to participate. So thank you guys for bending the rules and of what you want to do and helping us out.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.